The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, how are we doing today? We are back on the air. It's time for the Mark Hoke Show live from the Seminole Hard Rock. The guys are looking at me funny today. I'm not sure what's going on. I think it was because I was out a little late last night. Just a little. Al's hitting home runs over here. Just swing for the fences, baby. That's how you do it. You betcha. Well, of course, we are here at the Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open. It is the main event going on right now. We are on day 2, and what a wild finish to the night last night on day 1C. It was just, well, I don't even know what to call it. It was like a hurricane went through one of those tables last night, and chips were blowing everywhere. But we had a ton of players advance. We got 361 that made it through today to today's play total. Right now, just trying to look on the clock there. We're down to 267 here already. Players been in place since a little afternoon. Got a little bit of a late start here. There's a big traffic issue in the Miami-Fort Lauderdale area, so a little bit of a difficulty for some of the players to get in here. But they made it, and they are playing some poker right now. Just looking across the room, Andy Filichak had a great night last night. Marvin Rettenmeyer's over there, the Miami boss. Vinny Pahuja, so many other great players in this tournament right now. Evan Teitelbaum sitting over here, who won event number 1 in this series a little bit earlier on. Of course, at the beginning. But, yeah, so it's going to be a great day in here. We're going to break that all down for you. We're eventually at some point going to get Steve Schultz down here, too. Steve's doing blogging for the WPT. Also does work for Bluff Magazine. And we're going to talk to him about a controversy going on that somehow I got publicly pulled into. Unbelievable. And I'm not happy about it. Especially because I had to go to a site that I shall remain nameless. I'm very upset about it. So we're gonna talk about that little controversy coming up. Plus, anything else going on in the poker world. Could be a little shorter show today. I'm a little under the weather, but still doing all right. So looking forward to bringing you some great action information here from the Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open. As a matter of fact, let's get down to that here in just a second. But before we do, I want to thank a lot of our great sponsors of the show. Of course, we have our good friends at PokerShop.com. You got 10% off with the code HOKE at PokerShop.com. All your great supplies, poker tables, chips, cards, furniture, anything you need, they've got it. Check it out at PokerShop.com. Of course, Poker Night in America, I want to thank them for running that nice little advertisement on their show. Of course, we do a monthly Poker Night in America Spotlight Show on KLAV 12:30 a.m. and certainly appreciate all their support. Give them a show. We'll watch at CBS Sports Network, 10 p.m. on Monday nights. Once again, that's 10 p.m. CBS Sports Network, Poker Night in America. The best poker show on TV right now. Of course, we also have our good friends at Zen Poker Mentoring. Yeah, I got the little patch on over here. I keep doing that. I keep reaching for the wrong side. I swear to God, it's unbelievable. Clinic coming up on February 21st and 22nd at the Meet Las Vegas Event Center, downtown Las Vegas, right across from the D. Brian Rast, Vanessa Russo, Christy Arnett going to be bringing it to you. We'll be down there as well. So looking forward to checking that out. Should be a great time. And if you want to register for the clinic, just go to zenpokermentoring.com and you're going to see all the cool stuff they're doing. It's going to be a clinic like you have never seen before. I've seen everything set up, and it is going to be something else. So make sure you check it out at zenpokermentoring.com. First 15 people sign up. Hey, you know what? You're going to get a free 2-night stay at the D in downtown, so you can go get hammered on Fremont Street, run around with all the crazies all night if you want to, and not have to drive home. It's pretty cool. So make sure you head on over to zenpokermentoring.com. Of course, we also have our good friends at BlueRail.net. Make sure you go to BlueRail.net for all your web-based website-based issues. If you need a new website, they've got you covered. Anything you need, e-commerce, whatever, give them a call. Give Bob a call at 522-820-5128. It's 522-820-5128. Check them out, BlueRail.net. How far do you want to go? We also have our good friend Dutch Boyd with that book, Poker Tilt. Make sure you go to pokertilt.com. You can pick it up there or on Amazon or Kindle. I'm telling you, it's a must-read. You need to give it a look at pokertilt.com. Oh, boy, I'll tell you what. And, of course, and I almost read ABC Chinese Poker. Shame on me. My favorite game on my phone. I mean, it's the best app that I use. And if you like playing open-faced Chinese, or even if you never tried it, this is the way to do it. Download it today on your iPhone or iPad at ABC Chinese Poker. All right, let's take a breather here for a second and head on over to the tournament, because last night, goodness gracious, great balls of fire, did we have some wild action to close out yesterday evening. And give me 1 second here, we're going to pull that up for you. But we had celebrities, we had set over set over set, we had a table that just went absolutely insane last night, and forgot that you don't really have to put all your chips in the middle all the time. It's really not necessary. Just an amazing night last night. A couple of celebrities in the house. It was really cool. Richard Seymour, of course, former New England Patriot and Oakland Raider, here in the house, and he bagged about $57,000, I believe, going into today. And Rob Mariano, who is known as Boston Rob, the reality star, of course, on Survivor, An Amazing Race, won Survivor Redemption. By the way, won that easily. One of the most decisive victories in Survivor history done by Rob, and he made it barely. It was about 25-6, 25-7 ballpark to day 2 as well. So a couple of celebrities making it into the house today. So pretty cool stuff there. And then we had a wild hand with Neelish Chowdhury, who ended up had kings against queens against deuces, and off a flop was double behind because he was facing down queens and deuces, or sets of those, and he's behind with the kings, rivers the king and ends up clearing house, he didn't clear house, he was pretty short stacked, but he triples up with a set over set over set hand, a wild one there, and then the table of death that just got unbelievable. Dan Walsh, Angel Wagner, and David Farber ended up duking it out all night long. Walsh had picked up some chips, got himself to around about 220. Wagner had gotten over 300 after he picked off Walsh. Farber had been chipping up the whole time too, and absolutely all hell broke loose as we ended up seeing Walsh lose a big pot to Wagner, which put him around 320. Then Wagner calls an all-in from Farber with 2 pair, and Farber had already hit the straight, so that shipped a ton of chips over to Farber. And then Wagner later on it was probably about maybe 10 or 12 hands later, with just the blinds on the table, open shoves 160,000 chips, saying, "Hey, if I win, I win." Just an interesting tactic, but those guys ended up just duking it out the whole time. And then, of course, at the end, Farber manages to put a beat on somebody with ace queen against ace king, and he ends up with the chip lead last night, 410,000, which was by far the biggest stack of the tournament through day 1 and all of the flights. So David Farber ends up your chip leader in day 1C and the overall chip leader as well. Just a quick review of where everybody stood coming into today's play. David Farber, of course, leading the way at 410,000, followed by Joelle Guarino, who won her flight 284.1. Austin Peck, Danish. Al's trying to give me food. Austin Peck, who had a pretty wild hand last night, completely picks off a bluff. He had 3 diamonds on the board after the turn, and ends up getting a guy to go all in on him with a straight draw, no pair, and no diamonds, and Peck ends up making a huge play on that one and got himself to 266.7. Travell Thomas had a pretty good day a couple days ago. He bagged 236. Alexander Denisov, and Denisov, that's incorrect there, ended up winning day 1A at 220,100. Sean Posner bagged 209. Tim Miles 208. Andy Filichak bagged 205.2. And let's see, Gregory Anda 201.1. And those were your guys that cleared the 200,000 chip mark as of the start of today. And play has continued on. Of course, we're getting some chip counts from shrpo.com and also WPT, so we really do appreciate their help and support here today. David Farber has now gone to 605,000 in chips. Of course, Farber in one of these events down here, actually I believe it was the 10 million, had blown himself up to 1 million chips and then let it get away. But Farber is way out in front right now. It's 605,000. Joel Garino is chipped up to 373,700. Peck is at 320, and Jared Jaffe, who was playing great at the end of the night last night, is now at 310,000. Tim Miles 305, Kong Pham 300,000. Sheldon Gross had a pretty good night. He had 2 days ago. He let a few get away at the end, but he's now at 292.7. Carter Gill has been tearing it up today. He's at 289. Josh Aryeh at 270. How much fun that be to see have Josh Aryeh at a final table as well. And let's see who else is over 200,000 right now. Yaron Wasserman 254.9. Erica Halis at 242.8. Barry Hutter has been having a pretty solid series for himself here at Seminole Hard Rock 226.5. Alexander Denisov 220,100. They haven't updated his count yet. Jason Kuhn has also now cleared the 200,000 chip mark. He's at 205. And they still have Anda at 201.1. Some other notables that are up there. Andy Frankenberger is up to 196. Tyler Patterson, 191. Evan Titelbaum at 190. Anthony Zeno's been playing well here the last day and a half. He is at 188.4. Tony Cousineau at 185.5. Darren Elias at 184. So a lot of big names, obviously, still alive in here in the ballroom at the Seminole Hard Rock, as they are trying to take down this championship, and it's almost $250,000 on the line. So this should be a wild next few days here as we play down to a champion, and that, of course, the WPT live stream on Wednesday. All right, so we're going to see if we have any more updates. Like I said, we're just kind of in the middle of the action here. We're still in play at the moment, just finishing up level 3. So they'll have one more level before they get their first break, the next break of the day. But listening now at... Oh, sorry, I'm blocked from my screen. So bear with me. We'll tell you how many players are left in a little bit. So we're going to step back, take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. I want to thank you for joining us. And we're going to have an interesting chat here in a little bit. Oh, God, I hate when my name shows up on that site. I really do. I also hate when somebody takes a private discussion public. That's not real smart either. So let's step back, take a break, and we'll be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our annual Seminole Hard Rock Lucky Hearts Poker Open, January 22nd through February 11th, 2015. Time to go all in. Opening event starts January 22nd with a $1 million guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock Lucky Hearts Poker Open Championship begins February 5th through 11th with a guaranteed prize pool of $3 million. The final table of the championship will be live streamed by World Poker Tour and is a main event tour stop. Visit shrpo.com or the Poker Room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give Open Face Chinese Poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason Open-Faced Chinese Poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the Open-Faced Chinese Poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
Join us for Zen Poker Mentoring's debut poker coaching event featuring poker superstar instructors Brian Rast and Vanessa Russo, plus poker reporter turned poker pro Christy Arnett. For unique poker mentoring you'll be able to use on and off the field. The event will be held February 21st and 22nd at the spectacular Meet Las Vegas Event Center, across from the D Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, downtown. The first 15 people to register get a free 2-night stay at the D. Not to mention, Zen Poker Mentoring is giving away a $565 seat for the newest and most exciting event in poker, the Colossus. For more information, visit ZenPokerMentoring.com and sign up for this one-of-a-kind event today. There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bump stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends, we supply everything else. Live it, love it. Pokershop.com.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, and we are back live here. Seminole Hard Rock World Poker Tour. Lucky Hearts Poker Open. We are having an interesting time down here this afternoon. It's amazing. When I come down here, weird stuff happens to me. I don't know. It's a little annoying. But we're having some fun, and certainly appreciate you being along for the ride with us today as we take a look at what's happening here at the Lucky Hearts Poker Open. And there are some other events going on. We'll get to those in a second. A few more updated chip counts for you. Ramona Watson has climbed up to 363,500. Let's see who else we have on the big board here. Andy Wang mentioned 195.7. Zach Goodman is at 153.9. Alan Kessler also is at 152.3, so he's making a nice run here. Kyle Bowker, 126. Brian Hastings, 126. I'm ready for you, yeah. Okay, no problem. Yeah, we're going to get Steve Schultz on here in a second, so I was just waving him down. Sorry about that. Michael Locke at 122. Zoe Kareem, 105. Matt Stout, 101.3. Vinny Pahuja, 95.3. Jacob Baisley, 91.8. The non-medic at 78.8. Aaron Massey, 72. Joe Sirac, who started off today at about 15,000 in chips, is now at 69.6. I do have an update on Richard Seymour. He's at 66.5. And maybe we'll see the former NFLer on that live stream. Shannon Shore, 58.2. Joe Kuther, 56.3. Eddie Sabat's chipped up a little bit. He's at 51. Angel Wu at 47.6. And Will Fiala right now fighting to hang in there at 24,800. And once again, they're getting ready to close out level 13 here in about 5 minutes. And unfortunately, I have heads in the way, so I can't see the exact number of players. It looks like you have 250. Already down to 250 today from the 361 that started just a few hours ago. So the short stackers have been firing away today. And wow, it's been a wild afternoon for sure. So should expect a pretty bloody pace as we keep going along here at the World Poker Tour's Lucky Hearts Poker Open here at Seminole Hard Rock. And, of course, we want to thank Seminole Hard Rock for being such great hosts down here. Man, I'll tell you, Bill Mason, Dave Grubb done a great job running the series. Of course, have a fantastic poker room, too. Oh, and it looks like we have a casualty. Rob Mariano, Survivor, is headed out the door. So it looks like he has been eliminated, so we will not have another television show for Rob this time around, but I'm sure he's going to be back. But so Rob Mariano of Survivor has been eliminated here at this main event. That's how you do it. We just sit here and we get to see stuff happening all the time. Marshall Wallach is coming in the door. See, that works. All right. Just checking out see if we have any more updates for you at the moment. And it looks like we're a little quiet in here at the moment. Let's take a look at the rest of the event schedule because there is a lot more going on here at the Seminole Hard Rock. Beautiful facility down here. The pool, last time we were down, was shut down, but the pool area is reopened and is beautiful out there. Of course, you have the Hard Rock Live area with all of the great shops and stores. I mean, just it is amazing out there, and you'd be nice to come down for a vacation or just hanging out or whatever. So highly recommend you check it out at Seminole Hard Rock. And, of course, you want to follow along with the blog, shrpo.com, and also on Twitter at SHRPO, Facebook, hashtag SHRPO. Remaining events coming up here. We have a few tournaments actually starting today along with this main event. First, and we had a noon start with a $50,000 guaranteed, $350 no-limit hold'em re-entry tournament. That one kicked off at noon today. The $1,650 Purple Chip Bounty, which started at 3 o'clock, is also on the big board right now. So that one is rolling right along. It's kind of the, it didn't make it to day 2 of this main event. Well, hop on in there and play the 1650. We also have at 5 o'clock a $150 no-limit hold'em re-entry tournament. That's day 1 of that. $50,000 guarantee on that one. They'll have another starting date tomorrow. So looking forward to seeing that as well. I mean, the 150 we had earlier put in over 1,300 entries. So you're certainly going to be pretty pleased if you come down and play that one. Oh, and wait, we may have a correction here. Rob Mariano has not been eliminated. For some reason, he picked up his backpack, but he's back and got chips at the table. So I'm gonna issue a retraction on that one. Sorry about that, guys. He picked up his backpack, was going out the door, but absolutely. So Rob's still in. Boston Rob's still alive. That's good news. All right. So maybe he will be on TV again. Also coming up here on Monday, Pot Limit Omaha, $30,000 guaranteed tournament, noon start. $570 buy-in. Come on down for that one tomorrow. And then Tuesday, the official final event of the series, event 21, a $30,000 guaranteed no limit hold'em re-entry. 250 on that one. All right. So, yeah, but once again, thanks to Seminole Hard Rock for having us down. Yafa Mizraki and, her team, marketing team, too, have been fantastic to us. And, of course, we got Al Hang and Ryan Lucchese on the blog, along with yours truly later on tonight. I've kind of got the late shifts, so I'm the one keeping you updated in the wee hours of the morning here at Seminole Hard Rock on SHRPO.com. I'm kind of holding out here and stalling a little bit because Steve's going to come over here in just a second. And we are gonna discuss this silly little controversy going around right now, and I'm pretty disappointed about it. So we're gonna get into that in just a couple of minutes as soon as Steve pops back in here. Of course, Steve's working with the WPT live team over here, doing their thing on the website, and also, of course, does work for Bluff Magazine and some others. So it'll be fun to talk to Steve as. He and a few of us are not happy right now. All right, and let's see. Just to give you some news here, too. I know this is a fun part about stalling when you're live, but we'll get there, I promise. Let's see. We have a winner at the EPT Deauville main event. Agnayan Dimov wins the EPT Deauville, so congratulations to him on bringing that one home. Of course, that Deauville event really is going to be remembered for 22 men entering the women's field in that tournament, plus 3 players underage also entered the seniors event, including an 18-year-old. Can you believe that? Now, who does that stuff? Absolutely ridiculous. But we do have a main event winner over there at the EPT, so congratulations to Agnayan, as he is your big winner coming out of there, so way to go. And I'll tell you what, let's go back and take a quick look, at least while we can. I know Steve's going to be over here in just a minute. Talk a little controversy. A few other winners in this Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open. Oh wait, here he comes. All right, we're gonna hang on there. I didn't know how long he was going to be taking in there, but. Look at this. The focus of this man. It's incredible. It's incredible. It's just funny. Yeah, so we'll have Steve over here in just a second. So kind of hanging out right now, but once again, don't forget to listen to the show on KLAV 1230 AM and KLAV 1230 AM.com around the world. Of course, KLAV on in Las Vegas. Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific time. We have the best in poker news and entertainment, bringing it to you every week on those real airwaves on KLAV. And, of course, don't forget podcasts at markhookshow.podbean.com, also available on iTunes. We certainly appreciate all the feed hits and downloads we get from authorized people to use our content. We certainly do appreciate that. All right, and Steve is making his way over here. I have been super stalling. Steve, this is your first time on the show, by the way.
Yeah, it is. It's first time.
Hell yeah!
First time on radio or anything ever.
Really?
Yeah, this is my
multimedia
debut.
Are you scared?
A little bit.
Don't be. Don't be. I take good care of my guests over here.
All right.
We just give you a roofie and
Where
everything's all
do I
right.
hold the mic? Is it
just
good
to
here?
kind of like close.
I'm so new to this.
Yeah,
like,
there you go.
This is too close, right?
No, that's good. That's good. Right in this ballpark. Comfortable, close, but not too close. You know what I mean? So, Steve, obviously, we have a little bit of a controversy going on here with our friends at PokerTube, and I want to set.
They're not my friends.
I want to set the stage on this one. For those that don't know, PokerTube is a site based out of the United Kingdom that takes poker content and puts it up on their site. Not necessarily their content, but a lot of people's content, including mine. They've been doing a lot of polls of my video shows lately since I've been out on the road more. They're grabbing those and putting them up, and they're not asking people about this. It's pretty interesting. And of course, Matt Parvis Matt just tweeted out that we need to tell PokerTube to stop. And then we also had Lance Bradley's been very outspoken about this at Bluff Magazine. So before I get into what just happened to me today in this silly little thing,
I don't know
What do
about
you
that. You're gonna have to fill me in.
I got on 2+2 today.
I heard Kessler talking a little bit, but that was just out of my peripherals.
You want to hear that story first? You want to hear the story first?
Oh,
I can go through. Let me hear. Okay, well, here's what happened. So, we were discussing this yesterday here in the building, and I sent PokerTube an email.
I may or may not have convinced you to do that.
Maybe.
I may have influenced you.
I do what I want to do, but it's okay. You were on the right ball game on that.
Because I'm not a fan of the PokerTube.
So, here was the email that I sent. 'Cause I'm going to read this verbatim, what I told them when I dropped them a line. Let me get this all the way pulled up here. This drives me nuts sometimes.
The thing that really gets me with PokerTube is that it's not that they're putting up content. It's that they're ripping off other people's content and acting as if it's their own. And they've never ripped off any of my content because I am a lowly print guy. They don't need.
Oh, you're not a lowly guy. Come on.
They don't need written words. But I've worked with and are good friends with a lot of people who have had their stuff stolen. So I don't like the idea of PokerTube using my friends and colleagues' work to promote their site and draw traffic to their site and ultimately make money on their site by using content that is not theirs and trying to rip it off as theirs.
Yeah, it's very frustrating. And, so I dropped them a line. And the reason that I feel like I have to read this email is because they put a post up on 2+2 which mentioned me personally. So I gotta get this all cleared up. So here's the email that I sent. I just said hi to all of you there. Hope all is well. Starting off nice.
Very polite.
I'm being very polite on this. I wanted to drop you a line about the use of my content. While I certainly do appreciate the publicity, I do have a couple of issues. First, I was not asked for permission to use my content. As a courtesy, I would think that would have been done, and we could have come to some sort of agreement on using them. I'm also not thrilled with the videos being edited either, which to me is a pretty big deal because I have commercials, there's things that I promote during the show, and if they cut that stuff out, my sponsors don't get the happy things that they need. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you got people paying for advertising on your show, and now PokerTube's going to edit down your show to the whatever they want, and they leave out the stuff that keeps your show going.
Right, which is not good. So I said, let's see, I'm not thrilled with the videos being edited either. I have sponsors whose info is mentioned along with commercials and other information that your viewers will lose by taking that step. The views on your site also take away the traffic from my own YouTube views, thus hurting me as I solicit advertisers. Obviously, that's pretty big. Because you want people going where your stuff is and not getting hits on somebody else because you can't take credit for it. And then I said, it's not your property to post or edit, so I would greatly appreciate someone on your staff having a discussion with me about continued use of my material, or I will have to demand it be taken down from your site. That wasn't being an asshole.
No. In
Pardon
fact,
my French.
and I even said to you when you sent the email, I go, you were way nicer than I would have been. So they're lucky they're not ripping off my material, or they'd have a much more strongly worded email than that.
So they did respond to me, and it was a pretty interesting little email. There's a lot of BS in it. You read that part. You read that one back to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you saw that.
I saw that one. They basically compare themselves to YouTube that they don't. It's user uploaded.
Yeah, and that's a load of crap.
And sorry, just because you share the name Tube doesn't mean you have lots of similarities with YouTube.
Yeah, they tried to say to me in this email that that it all user uploaded, we don't do it. Well, so now all of a sudden I get in here to the room and Alan Kestrel's jumping me. Like, what's going on? Mark. You got to see this on that site. That I don't like to say the name.
Yeah, you know what?
I don't like to say that name.
We shouldn't even say their name anymore because we don't want to give them any publicity.
Well, this is the site that this post is on. I don't say their name either.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
That's a long story. But so here's what he did. He broke. Apparently, this guy Jamie from PokerTube decided to respond to all this thread because it started up about Matt. So here's where I get pulled in. This guy took this private discussion that we were having and here's what he fired off a couple of days
A
ago.
seemingly very polite discussion, by the way.
Yeah, very polite. But now it's aired out in the wonderful world of Deuce Plus Deuce. A couple of days ago, we received an email from a gentleman named Mark who does video podcasts. Now, obviously, he doesn't know that my show's primarily on radio. But,
Right.
But okay, whatever. Wanted a discussion about his content, but did not request to take it down. I'm still awaiting his reply. What business is that of everybody else
It's
for me to, in a private discussion, what's happening in that discussion? Kind of insulted me a little bit on the average views of my video. Now, of course, I don't work for Bluff Magazine or the World Poker Tour or anybody like that, so I don't have the big boost, But that that was kind of a slam there too.
You're building your listenership, your viewership.
Yeah.
It's you don't just come out of the woodwork and have the same viewership or readership or listenership that Bluff has.
Exactly.
That was years of
A lot
time.
of years, absolutely. So he threw that out there and then said, if you search Mark Hoke or any associated keywords, PokerTube is usually on the second page. There's no way we're taking away his organic viewers and redirecting them to PokerTube. The reason the show gets views with us is because we're posting our social media, putting out newsletters, and actually getting behind it because we think it's great. So he slammed me and then said, "I love the show," which I thought was kind of messed up. And yeah, I mean, and just, but I was just sitting there saying, why would you air that out?
It doesn't
You know?
seem like there's even a reason to air that out in the first place.
No, that don't bring that kind of stuff out in the open. I mean, because to be honest with you, if they would have talked to me about it and they'd have asked, "Hey, can we put your stuff up?" I'd have probably said, "I don't care."
Right.
I
mean,
if
you
you
would have
asked
probably
me-
made some concessions about, well, leave in my advertisements,
Yeah.
leave in this, whatever. Don't, there could have been a million different ways that they could have gone about it from their end. That would have been a lot better for both parties involved.
Exactly, and the thing about this site is, I've really taken a hard look at it over the last couple of days, and they're just pulling everybody's stuff from everywhere. And you guys work hard doing what you're doing. Poker News does, Bluff, all of us.
Yeah.
When we make content, but what apparently they don't seem to understand is, number one, when those videos go up on YouTube, for example, we monetize those.
Right.
So
I don't like their comparison to YouTube that they've mentioned a few times just because it's user uploaded or whatever, and I feel like they almost contradict themselves sometimes. They talk like, well, we do this, but our users upload it. Like, can't be both ways, first off. Second off, if you're going to compare yourself to YouTube pays their users. I know Seriously Serious has gotten some checks. You said you monetize your YouTube channel.
Yep.
I know there's ways to monetize YouTube, and you can just be a YouTuber for a living. How
Right.
can you ever be a PokerTuber for a living? You
Exactly.
can't. It's impossible because they just steal your content. They edit it. They put it up as whatever they want. They say it's theirs, and they just take whatever they want.
Yeah, and it's very difficult for. I think some people, because I went through the thread, and some people are like, "Well, why is this a big deal?" It's like, well, if you were the one putting the content out, you'd know why it's a big deal. I mean, you can't just go and say, "Oh, hey, look, if I started putting up the World Poker Tour stuff on, and took credit for it,
Yeah.
I'd be sued. I would be sued. I mean, it's not my work. It's not my property, and you can't just go and grab people's property and throw it up. So
You don't work for free. I'm not here because I'm not doing this as a charitable donation.
Oh, really?
This is what I get paid for.
I
Now,
thought WPT paid you in cookies and booze.
Yeah, no, they actually I get valuable life experience.
Oh, that too.
That's no, but it's like if you're creating something that's yours, this is the way you're helping put food on your table, pay your bills, and then to have somebody just go and take it and pawn it off as theirs is insulting a little bit. I mean, I can only imagine how I would feel if it was my stuff getting ripped off. Like if they just took something that I wrote, put it on their site and said by PokerTube staff.
Yeah.
Like somebody paid me to write that. Somebody's paying you to do this show. Somebody's paying, WPT Deep like the people who do those videos in Bluff. Somebody's paying for that, and to have them come and just take it without permission is just it's just ridiculous.
Is there a way, in your opinion, that this could be remedied? What would PokerTube have to do to correct this and and become a legit part of the poker community? Because personally I do like the idea of having a lot of poker content in one place, but obviously not in this manner where it's just grab and go.
Right. I never really thought about what they could do to remedy the situation, because I feel like they just don't ever try to. They just kind of double down on like, well, this is what it is, like whatever. They just keep like feeding back their same lines of, well, it's not our fault, but this is good and this is that. I don't know what they could do to remedy it. I don't think they care about remedying the situation. What was the other part of the question?
Yeah, just if there's anything that they'd be able to do to to make it right.
I don't know if there is. I certainly. I mean, I guess the only real way to remedy it would be something like what YouTube does, where like if they put advertisements on it, and then could kick back to their uploader, like,
or pay for the content.
Yeah, for the content.
Yeah, or pay for it.
I think you just have to either pay for the content or be able to kick back advertising dollars to the people who made the content. But just taking it, I don't think there's a way to remedy it without financial compensation, because that's basically what we're doing this for.
Right.
So I'm not entirely sure, but it is good. I mean, the premise is good. A lot of poker content in one place. It's easy for someone to go and see all the videos, but
not this way.
It's just not this way.
Not this way. So, all right. Well, now, while you're here, let's ask you about what's going on with you guys over there with WPT and what's happening in the tournament. It's been a pretty wild time here.
Yeah. So it's day 2 now. Got through all the starting flights, and now this is where the tournament kind of takes shape. Like day 1's, it's a lot about, hey, how many people register? What's the prize pool? Who's here? Oh, there's some big names. We got this guy and this guy. And today's the day where kind of like chips start to, like, people start to separate themselves from the pack a little bit. The money bubble may or may not burst towards the end of the night, and the field gets a little smaller, and you kind of start to see some people separate themselves.
Yeah, that was a wild finish to that night last night.
Yeah.
Holy cow! You were walking around there too, seeing that table going crazy.
Yeah.
My word!
That was nuts.
Have you seen a table like that recently? I mean, that was just 3 massive chip leaders just beating the hell out of each other for the last level.
No,
wow.
that was insane. That was crazy. There were a few times where, because usually at the end of the night, play starts to slow down, especially on a day 1C where there's no time left to fire another bullet. You can't come back and play day 1D. Everything's over. And these guys were just going at it. They were just...
Yeah, they didn't stop. And, well, it was funny because Farber actually asked me at one point, like, with a few hands to go, so where am I among the chip leaders? And I said, well, right now you're probably the chip leader. And they folded a hand, and I was like, whoa, all right. That's pretty interesting. But, we saw that with Travell Thomas the night before, where he made a play and was kind of regretting it a little bit and lost the chip lead. But we have Joelle out there too, and boy, I'll tell you what, she's chipping up too.
She's still keeping on. She's still chipping up. But if there's one thing I've learned from covering tournaments, it's like it's still too early to worry about who's the chip leader. Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's good to know who the chip leader is and who's pacing the field, but just because you're the chip leader
now doesn't mean a damn thing. Yeah.
40% of the way through day 2 of a 5-day tournament, still a long way to go.
What can we expect if everybody goes to, once after they've gone to shrpo.com, then they can go to wpt.com and check out your content? What can everybody expect to see if they haven't been on the site for a while?
We just keep track of chips, hand updates. Me, BJ, and Mickey, we're all out there trying to find some interesting stuff going on, and just generally just the story of what's going on in the tournament. Who's got chips? This crazy hand went down. Just level by level updates and everything.
Yeah, it's great stuff. I mean, you guys do a wonderful job down there for sure. I know a lot of people really do appreciate all the work that the WPT staff puts in, on the website and everything that you do at the series here. So it's a pretty cool experience, and always good to be at a WPT event.
It's a good time.
Yeah. So here's your favorite player out here. Who do you just plain like? Give us your bias.
There's a couple of them. First off, I've always thought Brian Hastings was a wizard.
Yeah, great guy.
I watched his videos coming up playing in my college days and stuff. But there's a few guys out there that like Ray Cartomi. He's just a super nice guy. Like, I think Jason Koon's really nice guy. Like it's nice to see nice people win money.
Yeah.
So like I always kind of root for the nice guys, and Ray's one of those guys. It's just super nice, always asking how you doing, good morning. Just he made a comment to me, he's just like, oh, how you doing? I was like, I'm doing all right. How are you? He's just like, it's another good day. He's like, I'm alive, so it's another good day. He's just got a good outlook on life, and I just like to see nice people win money.
Jason Koon, by the way, decided to pull the stunt where he took that I'll even give him a little plug there, that 3-bet hoodie. Took the 3-bet hoodie off and had the tank top
It's
going
not fair.
with the massage.
It's not
I
fair.
know.
I know he needs to take it off to get the massage, but I think there should be a rule, and I think only guys would agree with me. But I don't think Jason Koon should be allowed to take his hoodie off. I think he should have sleeves and like 3 layers on at all times. It just makes me feel bad about myself.
He is massive right now. I'll tell you what. I mean, and I've known Jason for a while. It's just amazing to see that development. I mean, he's one of those guys that has been preaching about the, staying in good shape and taking care of yourself, and he backs it up. And certainly it showed in his results.
Yeah, I mean,
and the girls dig him too.
He's just got it all. Just has it all. I don't know. Some guys just live too pure.
Yeah. Now, by the way, speaking of not living pure, now you did the pub crawl too.
I did do the pub crawl.
I
finished the course.
You did. You did not beat our own Ryan Lucchese, but you gave it a good run.
There were a bunch of us that started. Only 4 of us finished. I was in the core 4. I'm pretty sure I beat Janine, although I lost my scorecard.
You lost your scorecard?
Yeah.
Dude, you have to have that to get the sign in the clubhouse.
I finished. Everybody knows that I finished.
Uh-huh.
And to be fair, I just don't. I may not have lost it. I may have given it to Lucchese and he lost it. Things got a little fuzzy. It was the next morning. We were trying to find the scorecards. I couldn't find it.
Yeah. Because you were just messed up, though.
Wasn't one of my prouder moments, but I made.
You were funny though. I mean, you were yelling at me a little bit in the bar.
I yell at everybody.
I know, but you were really yelling at me. You went the whole the Cubs Yankees. What I mean, you were blasting me pretty hard on the sports teams.
Was I?
Yeah. You don't remember, do you? Wow, burned out. This is what we do in poker media, kids. We occasionally do have a drink, or 2 or 12,
or 18.
You forgot, yeah. You forgot. That's great.
I don't
were
remember.
funny.
I don't remember doing that.
Yeah.
I do. If we're talking baseball, I get pretty passionate about baseball. Baseball's my thing.
Nice.
I will argue baseball to the death.
Yeah, I think we were getting into an Orioles-Cubs argument. And
the Cubs are just better. Look at their farm system. They're going to be like the best
team
in baseball.
They're going to be very good this year.
And they will be good this year. They're going to go out. They're going to get another free agent pitcher next year. It'll be Lester and another, because the free agent, I guess this isn't a sports talk show.
No, we can talk about anything we want. That's what we do.
But yeah, the free agent crop of pitchers next year is going to be real good. Chicago's a big market, and they've got a lot of young position players that are very cost-effective, to say the least. Guys like Chris Bryant, Jorge Soler, all these minor leaguers that are coming up. Got Rizzo locked up at first base on a pretty team-friendly deal. And they're going to go out and they're going to blow the pitching market out of the water, and they're just going to, if these young kids come around, I like it.
You have a glint in your eye when you talk about the Cubs.
And you know what? I'm a Yankee fan first, but it just, I like the Cubs too.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that.
And no one likes like a guy who's going to brag about the Yankees, and I'm a realist, and I know that the Yankees, they're in a bad spot right now.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to like go around gloating about the Yankees, and I'm just going to get thrown back in my face about A-Rod and no more Jeter, and
it's just going to be it's going to be so horrible.
I'll just brag about the Cubs.
Look at this guy, by the way. Miami boss is meandering over here.
This
is not the day to do the push-ups, by the way. Not today. Well, if you call a liquid diet last night a heavy lunch, sure.
I heard about you trying to pound the Wet Willie's drink in under 3 strokes. You thought you could beat Lucchese? Guy thinks he could beat Lucchese.
Can I just throw something out on that?
Yeah, well,
I was on a roll there, right? I was on a roll, and then Kramer got me, or Eric got me. He made me laugh, and I was done. I had the focus. There. I was drooling all over myself too. I understand that.
It's impossible to have the focus on the frozen drinks. I almost lost it on the 4th hole during the crawl because
Wow.
The first one went through. I thought it would be better to go through the straw, and then like my mouth froze up, my lips got numb, the roof, couldn't feel the roof of my mouth, and like all that sugar just kind of settled in there. And I thought I was gonna be disqualified on the fourth hole.
Horrible.
I took a water stroke, and that's what kept me in it through the end.
Nice.
But yeah,
It's fun down here at Seminole Hard Rock.
it's always a good time in South Florida. Always a good time.
Well, make sure you check out Steve and the guys' work at WPT.com. They would be more than happy to get the web hits, and they're authorized web hits.
Yes.
That's very important.
Nothing on any other website that may or may not be stealing our content.
Yeah, there you go. Well, Steve, thank you for stopping over. I appreciate it. Good discussion.
Thanks for breaking my my multimedia cherry.
Yeah, you all right now?
Yeah, it wasn't as bad.
Pound it out.
Pound it out.
There
All
we go.
I should go
all right.
help Mickey and BJ.
There you go. Get back to work. We'll see you. Steve Schultz stopping by over here. Alcan Hank giving me crap from the sidelines. I had a great start. I had a very good start. I was about halfway through that. No, I was content-wise. I was about halfway through. I looked. Al is saying no. Oh, it's so sad. So sad. All right, we're going to take one more break and come back, and we'll get you any more updates that we've got here from the WPT Lucky Hearts Open, and I feel better now. I'll get that off my chest. So we will see you guys when we come back from the break. Stick around.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top-quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends. We supply everything else. Live it. Love it. Pokershop.com.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our annual Seminole Hard Rock Lucky Hearts Poker Open, January 22nd through February 11th, 2015. Time to go all in. Opening event starts January 22nd with a $1 million guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock Lucky Hearts Poker Open Championship begins February 5th through 11th with a guaranteed prize pool of $3 million. The final table of the championship will be live streamed by World Poker Tour and is a main event tour stop. Visit shrpo.com or the Poker Room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination, BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
join us for Zen Poker Mentoring's debut poker coaching event featuring poker superstar instructors Brian Rast and Vanessa Russo, plus poker reporter turned poker pro Christy Arnett. For unique poker mentoring you'll be able to use on and off the field. The event will be held February 21st and 22nd at the spectacular Meet Las Vegas Event Center, across from the D Las Vegas Hotel and Casino, downtown. The first 15 people to register get a free 2-night stay at the D. Not to mention, Zen Poker Mentoring is giving away a $565 seat for the newest and most exciting event in poker, the Colossus. For more information, visit ZenPokerMentoring.com and sign up for this one-of-a-kind event today.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way, with all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Mondays, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Mondays on Poker Night in America.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to The Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
All right, everybody. I think we have the mic open there on the break a little bit. That's all right. The Chick-fil-A chase. Apparently, it's the Miami boss slow-rolled Alcan Hank today. Telling he's going to get Chick-fil-A for us again, but of course it's Sunday. No Chick-fil-A for you. We are now down to 234 players left. 100 are going to make the money. Well, maybe today, not today, but tomorrow. We'll see. But we're on a pretty brisk pace. Gone from 361 to 237. So that's a pretty. They're rolling them out here pretty hardcore, to say the least. So we'll see what happens as this tournament goes on. I want to make sure you guys follow us at shrpo.com. Of course, on Twitter, shrpo. Hashtag SHRPO if you want to interact with that team. And, of course, we got our own Twitter at Mark Hoke Show. And, of course, Facebook, The Mark Hoke Show. And, of course, we're on markhokeshow.com. Podcasts are available, markhokeshow.podbean.com. Also on iTunes. And we do have a mobile app, too, markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. All right. Let's see if we have any more updates before we head off the air for you, other than how many players are left. But, yeah, it's been pretty exciting in here, to say the least. And right now, David Farber's listed at 605. Joel Guarino at 373.7. Let's see, Carter Gill at 360. Jose Reyes, 330. Austin Peck, 320. Eric Cahill also at 320. Jared Jaffe, 310. Tim Miles, 305. Kong Pham at 300. Those are your players over the 300,000 chip mark. But, of course, David Farber trying to break away here early. You know, and a good couple million chips, probably enough to get on that live stream. So, and actually, he's actually playing right in front of us. Didn't see him there, but David Farber is sitting here with that massive stack right in front of where we're at in the Seminole Hard Rock WPT Lucky Hearts Poker Open Ballroom. Jason Mercier are kind of hanging out here too. A lot of the greats in poker trying to win this championship and that massive prize pool. Okay, and I think that's going to pretty much do it for us. So I want to thank you all for joining us today. We do appreciate it. Guys, we'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. for day 3, plus probably a couple events concluded, the side events, so we'll get all the information on that as well. So I want to thank you all for being with us. Thanks for Steve Schultz for stopping by. We do appreciate it, and that's going to do it. We'll see you guys here tomorrow on the Mark Hoke Show live from Seminole Hard Rock. Thanks for joining us.